Hello. I'm going to attempt something today, which is putting on a clear case for the Nintendo Switch. Now, big shouts out to the Games Warehouse. They're actually in Sittingbourne, just down the road, for these. Kindly give me another set because the set I ordered on eBay is on its way, but I was too impatient. I'm actually supposed to be in bed because I got called out at 4 o'clock this morning, and basically you're supposed to be in bed for 8 hours, so I can't go back to work because it's just the law. So anyway, this is the case. I thought I decided to do this. So this is the case. I'll stick some details in the description below on where I got this from. Now, the Switch cases apparently normally only come with a clear back, not the clear front, which is that is what makes this video a bit different to the others, because it's a lot harder. And the thing is, I think the Switch Lite, when you take the screen out, this all comes out as one piece. The digitizer and the screen's all one piece. Now, I've got to heat this up and take the digitizer off, and there's a ribbon cable down one side that it's connected to the motherboard. So I've got to get the screen out and the digitizer. I think this is going to be a bit of a lengthy video, but it looks like the I mean, you can see the gap where the cables run, so you can't get this around the wrong way. Also the fans in a certain place on top. So it's just reusing the adhesive. Apparently you can do it, so we're gonna have a go at that. But first is getting this thing apart. So I'll have to again put in the description a quick thanks to the Gaming Warehouse. Don't know why I've done this, but it's a bit silly. I've sort of cleaned the table, give it a quick wipe, but it's still a bit wet. So right, let's get to work. So yeah, these are a bit odd. I can't really see what one's what, but this is called a tri-wing screwdriver, and as you can see, there's like it's like a three-way. It's a three-way tip. It's really strange. So yeah, it's just getting it out. It's really tricky. Let's see if I've definitely got the right one. Yeah, it's definitely the right one. They're really hard to get out. Thing is, I don't want to do these screws in, so they don't slip. I'm putting a lot of force on that. The last thing you want that is slipping. Well, that didn't go too well. After an hour of messing about, that was my tool of choice. It done the job. So, let's get this thing apart. There's a lot of wasted time there. So, looking at it, we have got, there's 4 screws out here. It's the back plate screws. I gather they Hopefully it just snaps off now. Maybe not. Maybe these have got to come out. Again, I wouldn't have normally drilled that out, but if I knew I was going to be in trouble and I couldn't put them back in, I needed to use the same screws, I would have stopped and waited. But as I know, that was going into a new case, and it was those new screws. I didn't. I think it just needs another little tickle. Yeah, it's off. I don't know how much of this you keep. I gather we'll find out as we tear it down. So what needs to come off now? Unless it's clipped, I've got no idea. Yep, she's clipped. Okay. Again, these are quite finicky. It's small technology. Don't want to go too rough with it. Again, you don't know what's behind each panel. You don't know where the ribbon cables are. Aha! So we've got another screw behind the SD slot. That'll be probably the culprit. That's made things a bit easier there. Luckily that's a Phillips screw. So it feels like it still wants these removed in the side. The screws in the side there on either side. They're all going to come out now. So I've got the clear mod for the side, these controllers on the way. It's not turned up yet, but I just want the initial case done because it's a right pain. I'll probably do that as a second video. I may do it as a second video. I might not do it at all because there's plenty of YouTubers that have already done it. But this front screen mod with the front bezel, they do the back bezel clear, but these front bezels, because it's such a pig, I've not seen anyone do it yet. So I just thought, do you know what? Big Nut said to film it, and I thought it would be a good idea, so away we go. Yeah, there you go, it wants to come out now, so just take your time, there's no rush. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Again, going back to the size of the, it's called a tri-wing screwdriver, which is that. I'm not sure whether that's the wrong one. Or, I mean, it seems to fit the joycons, but it doesn't seem to fit the main switch. Now, there's two versions. There's a better version that's in a later box with, when you look at the box background, it's all red. The earlier switch box has got a white background on one side. Now, apparently that's easier. It's got a better. We are going to mod this to get homebrew on it, playing some emulators. That's the idea anyway. But yeah, the difference between the old and the new, that's the easiest way of working out whether you've got an old or new version, is that box. Apparently the screen's brighter on the new one. It's more neutral colours. I think it's down to 6,500K from 7,000 something. Battery is 50%, I think. More efficient. I think there's been a few CPU tweaks and that. But, you know, don't quote me on it because I don't know. I know kind of offhand there's this, that and the other, but I don't exactly know what. So I'm not going to talk shit. Again, there's plenty of YouTubers out there that have explained what's happened. Right, so that's off. That's gone near on okay. We'll save these screws, get these out of the way. I'm so clumsy. I'd bang against a cake. So clumsy. I'm so clumsy. I'd bang against the table and they'll all go flying. Right, so we've got, looks like little ribbon cables going under the motherboard section here for the side bits, so you don't want to go crazy again. They're quite delicate together. So SD card, it's got one screw. I'm going to keep these aside because I'm not sure whether these come in with a new pack, so I'm going to keep these over here. That's the SD card module. I think that just pops off. Alright, it's on a little pop out lever. Just get a bit more light on the situation. Right, so that is obviously right. That's something else then I'm looking at. That's so that, can that come up yet? Let's have a look. Not too sure. Oh right, there you go. Yep, there you go. It just pops off. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. Use my work phone. Right, so that pops off. There's nothing on there I can see yet. That may well be for a speaker later, but we've not got down that far. So there you can see the screws are mangled. Again, it doesn't matter. I've had to drill them out because it's going to be a different case. I've managed to get one out, but the main reason for doing this now is the whole thing's got to be transplanted. So what I'm going to try and do is get to the ribbon cables first, undo the screen ribbon cables first, because I know where they are then. And so that's for the SD. I'll keep that next to the SD. And when you, obviously when you're pulling on the screen, there's no tension against the motherboard, then they're not still clipped in, so there's less chance of it ripping. So if I can get to them first, unplug them, and then when we take the screen out, it's quite straightforward, the screen. I mean, it's the same as getting a phone screen off. You heat it up, not too much, but you heat it up, and you pry it up with these spudgers. That's why I've got a load of spudgers here. So yeah, I'll probably speed up this video. Just angle this a little bit. a little bit more. So yeah, we'll probably replace that at some point. That's your heatsink compound. That's the only thing that needs replacing. So we'll do that later on. It may well be reusable. I mean, that seems pretty good to me. I might be able to get away with just putting it back on. That's apparently your memory drive. You can change these out with a mod. These, I think they're only 16 gig these, but that's your memory. So where all your data's stored and this, that, and the other. Yeah, I think these are the the screen modules. So yeah, let's carry on. What's this? Yeah, these are. Oh, so these are the side thing. I'm going to take these off because they look quite delicate. Maybe we'll just flick these up. Flick up. Make sure they just push up. Yeah, there you go. So they just push up. Let's get me tweezers. You see how small this is? It's ridiculous. Let's put them down over here. I think maybe I might need my magnifiers for this. I've got a magnifier I used to use at work. We used to do work under it. Now that one looks a bit more tricky to get out. And that goes under the battery. Now the battery I'll take out. Okay. Don't know if that's glued in. It looks like it's held a little bit. I'll get that out later, I think. That's probably the easiest bet. Right, okay, so obviously this needs to go into a new case, so all of this needs to come out really. That looks like that's for a speaker. Yeah, see, this isn't designed to to be tampered with really. Let's try another set. I think, you know, once they're in, it's in. Obviously Nintendo's got their own tools, but it's not designed to be tampered with. No, it's too rough. It's too rough. Actually, do you know what? That may even stay in there. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Let's undo these. It's blatantly the screen. one of them. There's your Wi-Fi. So right, okay, looking at it, this looks like these could probably stay in because this housing is the only one you're going to be taking away. So I think, to be honest, try getting a screen out first, maybe. Okay, I'm going to try taking the CPU out. It's caught behind that, so make sure that's held down. No, it's not that. That's not that. That heat pipe is very delicate. I've just made a little dot in the bloody thing. Jesus, it doesn't want to come out. So, is that just because it's? Okay, do you know what? Maybe that should go back in then. Not for the faint-hearted. And it may well be advisable to pay attention on the length of these screws because they could be different lengths. Right. Let's have a look at this front housing. So, I think we should attempt taking the screen out because that would simplify a few things, to be honest. So now we'll just put this back on for a sec. Just keep it out of the way. So it's being careful time. This is where it could all go wrong. I'm not going to enjoy doing this because it's boiling. It's quite cold in the unit, but you know, waving a hot air waving a hair dryer about is not a great idea at this moment in time, not with this weather. I'm going to try prying it up from the inside of the speaker holes, see how we get on, and then I'll introduce spudges under each little bit as we go, and maybe I'm going to have to heat it up as we go as well, because I found on phone screens that when the adhesive goes back to normal, it's a bit harder to pull out, and we don't want to crack the screen. This is where you've got to be careful, because I don't know where the seems to be coming up quite easy, which is a good sign. Just get a bit more. Better to have more heat than nothing, but not over, because you want this coming up easy. You don't want to be breaking it at all. And you know, try not to touch the inside of the screen either. Don't force it. If it wants to slow down, let it slow down. Give it a bit more buzz. So the cables are this side, I can see them now. You can see it on the phone maybe. So that's probably why it doesn't want to lift too much on this side. Okay, right, she's up. Right, let's turn this around so you can see what's going on. So there's your screen cable. There's the side controller. I think that's a side controller. Oh, no, it can't be. That must be the lighting controller or the digitizer. Okay, so that wants to come. Oh right, there is two cables. Yep. So they definitely want to come out now. But it's getting that out. It's going to be tricky. So I think it's just caught. There's something. Do you get that out? We might have to remove this. Oh well, we got the screen out okay, so it's just try not to tear these ribbon cables. And now that's on there. Typical. Right, so there's another little module under there. It looks like it pops off. And that is the game card slot. Okay, so we'll put that aside. Now hopefully this should just push out now. Yep, there you go. It's just dropped off. Awesome. Right, so that's the screen. We haven't done any damage. That's good. Cables look good. Digitizer. I think that's the LEDs. And actually the adhesive looks alright. So the idea is to reuse this adhesive. So we'll do that. And to be honest, I think it's quite good that's come off. Maybe that is an all-in-one unit. Well, that's good because that saves me getting a screen dirty. Maybe that's a difference between the earlier Switch and this one. Because that's a later screen. Actually, it might be an idea showing that. Hi. There you go. I don't know if you can see that in a lux. But you can see a crappy roof. Are you going to zoom? No. There you go. So, okay. So that's the screen out. Now it's just getting the rest. Right, so the bezels, right, okay, we've got bezel screws there. So we'll put this back on. We've got bezel screws. And I think that may well be it, you know, if that's all there is. and then it's just a case transplant, then I think we're laughing. Yeah, look, it may well be, you know, which is, I think this is why people don't attempt this, because it is a fucking nightmare. And I don't like doing it to new things. It's I've literally just bought this. I think I played 1 or 2 games on it for about an hour, and I'm like, right, I'm ready to mod it. Right, so how does this come? Out of the frame? That's the question. You simply push out? It can't be that easy. No, obviously that pulls away, I think. Okay, so that wants to come away. Sorry if I'm not got the camera angle, but I'm not too sure. I'm trying to be careful with this as well. It's not easy. It's probably the smallest thing I've worked on. And probably not going to be the last either. There's nothing else retaining that. I maybe just need to pull that. Yeah, there you go. I feel like Gadget UK. Oh, or 4X. Right, so hang on, I've just seen this up here wants to split off. We don't want that. So what's this? The button assembly. That's got to be the Wi-Fi. So the button assembly. Right, that's there. That wants, you've got to be careful because that wants to split off. Right, okay, that's out. Whew, that was close. That's that button assembly there. I was just about to rip that connector. So that's practically out. So I think that will just go straight into the new case now. We'll keep it that way. Looking good. That I think we'll just keep on. There's no point pulling that out. So I think that's it. I think that is probably all we need to get out, to be honest, which is quite good. I don't like the look of these. So yeah, lucky I didn't try any more with that, because I think that might have ended in disaster. Okay, so that didn't even need to come out. Doesn't matter. Right, so we'll see what we need to do to this new case then. Might need to transplant some bits from this one to that one. So that's that way around. I'm just going to see what this packet we put in this packet, because obviously that needs to be built up to the same sort of thing. So do I use the originals? I mean, would they feel better, do you think? But you know, almost like a better quality. I think we'll use the originals if we can. Maybe, no, okay, we won't force that. We'll use the new ones. So those buttons have got to go in. I mean, they may well be stuck in there. I don't want to find out the hard way. So they go in. I'll give a Give the plastic buttons going first. Yeah, this is going to be pretty long, this video, unfortunately, sorry. I'm trying to figure out what goes where now. Alright. That's card cover. Okay, these look like the same buttons. Go in, like that. And power button, there she is. And that one. So put the power button in first. So we'll keep it up that way. So we know that's not going to go anywhere when we put the rubber in. So positives away from the power button. That goes in that way. Just trying to get the power button around the right way because the logos turn round, so trying to spin it round. I've never done a DS, but I'm gather that's probably as fiddly as this. Right. Okay, so I think we got that power switch. Ah, hang on, I think I got that round the wrong way. It's got to go that way. And maybe that does slide in as a separate unit then. Maybe that all goes on first. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, okay. So basically, there's no instructions with this. This is why I was doing this on camera as well. So basically, they pop into there. And there's a little key for it. Almost to tell you that's the way it sits in the rubber grommet. You just see it. There's almost like a little key. And this one, same thing again. Now it goes in the housing. It's quite fiddly. at either end there's a little jut out that the you can just see on the corner there. It's got a clip in, the rubber almost clips into the side, so you probably see it more clearly on the original. There you go, you see it's almost clipped in at the sides. Okay, let's just see if we got the light piece. There's a tiny little light piece there. Don't know if they supplied it or not. Yep, they've got that. I'm going to keep all the original stuff with the original stuff because you know, it just might be slightly different and it's best to. That goes in there. Let's turn it around. I think that's got to go around the other way. That's keyed as well, so that goes round that way. So the long part is actually sticking out towards you, like this end. There you go. So the long piece sticks out this end. Right, so that's that. Is there anything more on here? Obviously we got the serial number, but I'm not going to include that. It's staying on the original case. We quite good to put a little logo there on this, but there you go. It's not everything. Right, so I think that's it from the original case. What are these? Oh right, okay. We got almost speaker filters, so that must be here as well somewhere. Is that anything to do with this? May well be in this tiny little packet. Is that it? No. Unless that sticks on the speakers for the filter, I don't know. So Luke, what are these? Well, that is. We'll get to that in a bit. So that's right. So these are the original bits. I really want to keep that over there. I've got a feeling those filter bits stick on the speaker. Maybe the speakers lift out and those filters, that filter goes on. That's what that looks like to me. That looks completely different. Yeah, that looks like a filter. It's the same shape as that. Yeah, I think the speakers, they're basically saying the speakers pop out. I don't know how hard that is. I don't like the idea of that. And I think that, yeah, look, that's the same shape. That filter goes in there and then peels out. God, that is finicky. Yeah, that's definitely peelable. Right, okay. Well, this is going to be tricky. Sorry, I best move this way. Billy. Move this out of the way because we need to do that side. I think these are handed as well, so trying to get them mixed up. Because they've got pattern on, so let's what side's what. I think that one is for that side. Does it stick on the speaker? No, it must stick down there. So that's definitely handed. Oh, hang on a minute. Is it sticky this side? Yeah, it's sticky that side. So, okay, right. So that's for the other side. Oh, right, that is sticky. So, that's the only side that can go in. Must be that way. That is quite difficult. Okay. Yes, yes, like a. Yeah, it's definitely the right way, that one. It's not actually sticky this side, so well, that's it. That's different, that, isn't it? That's a mod and a half. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. Jesus. So that was sticking to that, and I think maybe it's just. Why is that? No idea. Hope I can get that off without. Oh, it's coming off. Bugger. Okay. So they got tiny. I don't know if you can see it, but they've got tiny little jut outs. You see that? There's definitely a little filter because you can hear almost like when you mess about with your zip on the jacket and make a little scratch sound. That's what it sounds like. Ooh, a bit static. Well, this is almost like once it's done, there's no going back. That's modded and that's it. but you know, I do like the modding scene. It's pretty cool. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, it's pretentious." Well, I know what you're saying, because people do it to cars, and you think there's a designer that's been sitting in front designing that car anyway, and you come along and almost wreck the idea. So I kind of get it, but you know, it's nice sitting back. Oh yeah, I've done that. Okay. Yeah, that's all good. Right, okay, bro. It went all right. Okay, it's going too well. It's not scary. Right, so we'll try and put this in. I don't think there's anything we need to do. No. Let's just getting this in. Putting that behind here. Being careful of the ribbon cable. The Wi-Fi, that goes almost next to it. So that Wi-Fi goes there. Do you know what? I'll have a look at the original case, because there may well be a spacer there. No? Okay, it's just a little hole for it. That goes in there. I think that's almost located. That's in. It seems to be there. Just give it a quick test with the rubber end. Don't want to scratch it. That sounds alright. Just make sure it sits down. Don't want to force it again. There might be something I'm not seeing, but it's looking okay. Oh, it's this, isn't it? It's the bottom. Yeah. There you go. So that's the screw holes. That's not completely down. Ah, there you go, located. Right, it wasn't completely in, so that's okay. We haven't snapped anything. That seems to be down as far as it wants. Wi-Fi's a little bit. Maybe that's held in by the opposite part of the case. Just have a look. Yeah, there's another part of the case that almost it acts as a sandwich on top there. That's for the Wi-Fi part, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That's for the, yeah, that's both, but that's almost like a sandwich, so that's okay. This is the back vent, so before I forget, I'll do the back vents for this part. You still recording? Yeah. So I gather they go on the inside. Lovely. I'll put in the description where you can get this. Awesome. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that's for. That come in the modding kit, and these bits. Don't know what they're for. Unless it's something to do with this part of the case. Yeah, see that card. Oh right, okay, there you go. That's for that. That's that there. It goes there. Don't know what they're for. Oh right, okay. That looks like the retainer for that. That's there. Don't know what that is. Oh right, that's another metal retainer for that. Okay, so that's all to do. Right. And then that bit was for that, so that goes there. You've got a retainer for the headphone jack there. We'll put that on in a bit. Is that a headphone jack? That was something. Yeah, the headphone jack, that clipped over that. So yeah, okay, we kind of know where we are. So yeah, that's right, because that went in there. And then that, wherever it's gone, yeah, there, you can just see it in the packet. That bit we took out there, that's the headphone jack retainer. So yeah, we'll remember that. But again, it's getting the all the screws in the right place. So we'll leave this for a bit. That's going to be the very last thing, I think. So the Wi-Fi, that should sit straight once that's in, fingers crossed. That almost looks straight there in the window. It's not wonky, so I think that's okay. That's right, now that's clipped in okay. This doesn't need to come out, so we didn't need to undo that. It's a shame I've left a little dent in there. Well, you can learn from my mistake. That has got to go back in. It's going to be a bit of a sod. Again, you may well push one of these clips down, so if you do, just make sure you flip it back up, because you don't want to force that in. It won't go in and you will just break the ribbon cable. And yes, I'm speaking from experience. Right, I think that's located. Okay, I don't actually know what that's for. It doesn't matter. Anyway, right, so what else did we take out? So that's for the SD. That's for the, I think the LEDs for the back of the screen. Or yeah, or it's this one. So there's not really a lot that you take out and put back in all honesty. I might need, I've noticed on the other case, there's two little almost spongy parts here. I might need to take out and put on this before I forget. So we'll do that now. I don't think this is going to come up without a fight. I may need to glue this back in. We're going to probably end up tearing this. Actually, do you know what? I might be able to, if I'm careful. I think that sits on the back of the speakers. Yeah, that's what that looks like to me. Because again, they almost just push out, so that makes sense. Okay, right, let's give that a go. I've had that hairdryer years. You wouldn't believe where it's come from. My sister's bedroom. I saw it once and I was like, I need something to do this job. There's no hot. I mean, I was a young boy back then. I've had it years, and yeah, she's never got it back. Well, I think that's the best we can do. It's not perfect, but it's that old adhesive that's the issue. Oh, there you go, got it. Right, I don't think we're going to use that. I mean, there's no point pulling that off because it's going to ruin the foamy bit. But I can put something on there. What I've got. Yeah. Okay. Well, do you know what? Might be able to use that one. That's quite sticky still. And I think once that speaker's on it, that's it. I know a lot of people don't say this, but it's quite a big community, this retro stuff and modding. And to be honest, if there is any YouTubers watching, streamers or whatever, in the comments, advertise your channel. I don't care. It all helps. So I'm going to put this, I will use that. It's quite sticky still, so again, once that speaker's on it, it shouldn't move. I'm actually quite happy. The bit that was worrying me was the screen. I was thinking, God, if that screen separates, I'm just going to get dust in it. So I'm glad that hasn't. Right, so they're the new bits. That's that. Well, actually, we'll build this bit up. Turn it around the right way. So you've got that. Retainer. Just trying to figure out how this goes together. That's these screws out. Let's see what's going on with this back plate. How does that work? Right, so... Oh, right, okay, so that actually pivots. That is actually the pivot. Okay. So maybe we need to build that up first, because apparently that pops out. Nintendo say that can come out. If it does, you can just push it back in. There you go. Right, so we need to build the leg up. Now, I can't see a leg, so... Does it exist? Oh, there you go. Here we go. But you know what? I think I like the look of this one, so I'm going to keep the original. Because, you know, that's quite nice actually. You've got the black card slot and you've got... Let's see where that sits, because it might be more interesting that maybe it is clear. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't know. I quite like the offset of the black. But I suppose the clear does show a bit more. So yeah, actually, we'll go with a clear. That's the whole point of modding it. You want to see it. So we'll do that. We'll put that back. At least we can see what we're doing. Where's a clear leg? Right, okay, it's just disappeared. Where's it gone? You guys can see it probably. Oh no, where's the leg gone? Ah. Oh Jesus, what have you done? Fucking idiot. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Stupid idiot. Fuck's sake. Right, so let's build this leg up. So that just sits. Get out the right way. In there. Funny that. I would have thought they would have built this up and just sent it out with that already done. Funny. Maybe they got to manufacture them separate anyway, so yeah, I kind of see the point. That sits in there. We should have a little screw for that. I won't get them all out just in case. Is that it? Looks like that's the only one. Yep. It's funny because that that's actually Phillips. Now, like I say, when you finish modding it, they're all Phillips screws. But before, they're the tri-wings. You see that? Nintendo, eh? Nintendo. It's nice that these are magnetic. It's almost there. Missed it. Missed it. That's it. Probably never going to use a stand, but there you go. Okay. So that should go in a minute. So now the retaining part. So that's got to be that bit. Goes there. I don't know what that's for. That's for that. That goes that way. That's for retaining that. We'll do that in a minute. That, what is that? Okay, no idea then. No idea. I have no idea what that is. I suppose, let's have a look on this. No, don't know what that is. Maybe it's something to do with the chassis that's already in it. I don't know, unless it's for another type. I don't know. Weird. Right, so should have some small black screws for that. Small smacks. Okay, so right, so this isn't good because I'm almost guessing here. I don't really want to be guessing, so let's see what type these are. Okay. Again, I think iPhone made the iPhone that if you got the wrong type, you can actually puncture into the back of the screen, but they do that on purpose, so I'm told. I have fitted a screen in an iPhone before, and I have seen that. It's, you got to be careful. And there's one screw there. Let's see what that's. Okay. It's almost like a wood screw type, like a self tapper. Oh, I can't see that. Is that it? A bit, needs a bit of work that, but yeah, I think it'll be alright anyway. Yeah, it just needs a bit of work. Okay, right, so that's in. That's ready, I think. So let's put the leg in. Not missing anything. It seems okay. Yeah, it seems okay. Yeah, that's in. Right, okay. Right, these haven't fallen out, so that's good. So that's that built up. That's done. Just going to check see if we're missing anything on this. Working blind here. Yeah, we've got everything on there. Right, so I think it's just that's going to be the last on anyway. Now it's just working on getting this all back together. I think the screen's got to go through first. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on before we damage this. So these were the small black screws. So how many of these is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there should be 10 of them. 5 each side. I think it's them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8, 9, 10. Which is good because that eliminates a lot of the almost solo small ones. There's not many of. There we go. I'm going to do them, just leave them loose. You can do them all, put them all in and then just tighten it up so it almost locates where it wants to sit. I think that's the best idea anyway. I mean, I'm not bossing you about, but you can do whatever you want to do. But just leave that a little bit loose. Yeah, the screen's making me worrying me a bit because I don't like them. I've heard I've had experience with all that shit before. Who's that? Somebody's just walked in. Oh, look who it ain't. It's Mr. Big Nuts. Mr. Big Nuts has turned up.
Have you broken it here?
Yeah, I'm doing what you said. It's dinner time for the Big Nuts.
I've got a little dinky fan. That's cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's Graham, everybody.
Yeah, one in it.
I bet you thought I was talking to someone, didn't you? So yeah, like I said earlier, this is Big Nuts' idea to do a video of this. It's gone alright so far. Do you know what? I've had to drill out the case. It would not go, and I've rounded out the nut, so I've had to drill out the fucking
they're
thing.
soft, aren't they? They're
It's
really
crazy.
soft, the heads on them. I don't know why they're so soft.
Crazy.
For a Nintendo, a good product, you think it...
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'll just watch you.
There he is. He's on his lunch break. Hello.
Hi.
You can't see it, it's at the end of the thing. There's Big Nuts' cut. A lot of people don't see that. Who needs skis? And he's in his balls fucking skiing down the thing. Anyway, let's crack on with this. I've got my cup of tea now. I've sort of adjusted the camera a bit.
He's watching Linus. Oh, he's been watching Linus.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of this, but I didn't watch too much. I can't understand where they're from. There's bits
in the kit.
Yeah, that aren't. I don't know where they're from. So unless it's a revision thing, I don't know. Maybe it's for the older one. I don't know. Anyway, let's carry on.
You recording still? Well, you didn't turn it off. You just carried on recording.
Just carried on.
That's just chatting shit.
Yep, as we do. Okay.
Okay. I just need to use some of the official bits.
No. I thought I'd keep it all original, and I was going to use that black leg in there just to break it up a bit, but I thought, well, no, it's actually covering a bit of the stuff you really want to see. So anyway, let's put this one back on. That's nearly done. I'll tighten it up. Yeah, I did tighten it up. Can't remember what I've done now. It's got to go back through. Where does that go? That goes back through how? It just sits in there, I think, yeah. Okay. So fucking small, isn't it? But then again, I should be wearing, I should be under the magnifying glass, really.
This battery. Oh, is that the battery there with the foam on it? Yeah.
Yeah. Battery. What are they called on the old ones? Nunchucks. Now they're called joycons. Funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Joy. Controllers.
Here we go. He's gonna sing a song. One of his random songs. No. No.
I wonder what they actually call them though.
Don't know.
Like, is that a direct translation of the Japanese? Or they called something like happy sticks or something?
Yeah.
Happy remote.
She's in. Right, so that almost circles around that. It goes down there, doesn't it? Oh, there you go. That's why that does that. Just flick that back up again, because I think it needs to locate a bit better. There you go. Right, I'm going to put that back on now. Whew, I don't like that. It's too small. That's what she said. It's quiet, isn't it? It's not used to being quiet. Oh, he's concentrating. It's quite a rare fucking thing.
I was just thinking that chip's really small, isn't it? That video that we watched of that guy putting that chip on looked massive on the video, but it was really zoomed in.
Yeah.
Because it was only just the size of that.
Yeah.
I think the nunchucks are a bitch as well. I think there's a lot in them nunchucks.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, they've got their own batteries, obviously, haven't they? Yeah.
But they got all sensors, and this one here's got this sensor in the bottom, isn't it? The red one. I think they got two. Have they got two motors or one motor in them? I'm not sure.
This is your fault. This is your fault.
Why?
You shouldn't have bought a Switch. I like it. Ah!
The quality is good.
Right, they're in. Wicked. Okay. Now the hard bit. This is where it all goes fucking wrong. So, right, let's push this adhesive down. Let's make sure that's down. That's alright, hasn't lifted.
You managed to save it.
Yeah, it's not lifted. Now, I gather when this goes back in, then these connectors can't be anywhere near it because it's gonna grab it. Makes any sense? That is gonna grab these sensors. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun, fucking hell. Oh. It's holding on to that.
Really?
Huh? As Mario says, here we go.
Here we go!
I don't like it. Don't like it. Oh no. Oh, I thought I got that fucking paste everywhere.
No.
Yeah. But so that's got to go. Right, it's got to go that way. Let's put it around the right fucking way. It's got to go up.
It's like a black mirror.
Right, as you can see, they're not allowed to. You can't get that on that adhesive, and it's quite difficult. It's already sticking to it. So I'm going to try and peel that away. See if you can watch that. There you go, because that is gonna
Get squished in there.
It's gonna get squished. And that's almost got to pull straight down. So just make sure that locates. I'll let that drop in freely. It looks like that's okay. Just a tiny tug on them cables just to keep it away from that adhesive. They're through. I just need to relocate. That's got to go in there. Make sure that's pulled up.
See me fucking drilled them all.
Oh, it's so difficult. So small. Right, I think that is as much as I'm going to get on that. It's down. Woo! Awesome. This will have to come apart at some stage again because We've got to do the SX Pro mod.
Which you're now going to be able to see, which is pretty cool.
That's it in. Down. Went well. Okay, right, last bit. So if it don't mess up now, we should be all right. Phone's still recording. Right, so that just plugs into that board underneath. So how the fuck are we going to get that out? Let's try and plug this in first. It slides under. Locates.
It's like the card reader.
It's the headphone jack, and it's the game port card.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
fucking weird,
thought you meant the SD one.
Bit weird, I don't like that.
I'll slide this into the right. That should almost be where it wants to go. Again, you don't want to damage the bloody port. Fingers and thumbs, I'm getting scared. Just getting that in and sort of sliding. Oh, there you go. Right, so now that just locates down. So it's finding.
Yeah. Finding its plug.
Yeah. I don't like doing that.
Try and use your finger. I've got to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, let's let Big Nuts go.
I've interrupted you enough.
Don't like. Let's just have a look, see where this is, because I don't want to force it, because it might not even be on the right position. Oh no, there you go. It needs to set back a little bit then. I can just push this back, but I can see it. Yeah, it needs to come this way a bit. So I'll take it out a little. God, it's such a sod this. I didn't want to do this. You can see where the port is, it just doesn't want to. It needs to come over this way a bit. You see it's bang on that connector, but let's just get our bearings. So that connector is right on the edge. So we can get it. This is why they design this like this, because it's, yeah. This is this bit is the worst bit. Oh. Now I've got heatsink compound all over me. Is that in? I think we've got it. Right, I think we've got it. Okay. Let's hope we have. Looks okay anyway. Right. So I mean, you got one shot at this practically. Yeah, it's located. Awesome. Okay, right, that went good, okay. Right. So, what screws did we take out of there? So these look like silver screws. So they're all the same size, so or are they? Let's just double check. No, they are different. It's not all the same size, so we use smaller head. So the ones with the longer head must be for going through. You think about it, the thickness of that board to the standoff, quite small. But these, you got the thickness of the board and then the plastic retainer on top, which would be that. So obviously you need a longer screw. So yeah, that would be the slightly longer ones, I'd say. So do that there. Yeah, that feels right. Okay, that's that. So that goes in practically through the case, if I remember. Battery, put that back on. Right, okay, so let's just count these screws up. So they're all done. That's about right. Let's just double check I'm not missing anything. It's looking good. Got the power on the front of the screen. Okay. That's in metal shield. That's the one. That's where all these other screws come into play then. So these are for the fan. So I'm not sure why there's fan header screws. these are the new ones for the case. The long black. There's only 4 of them. Obviously, we're not going to shred them. We'll be in big trouble with this case. So I think that's it. I think this goes on. Then the SD card goes through that and clips in. That way. I may have put screws in the places they shouldn't be, but we'll find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so that one needs to come out. That goes in with the case. So that probably needs a slightly longer screw. Which is why you double check. I'm just hope that's in right. I think it is. It's not popped off, so I think that's enough heatsink paste still. Yeah, it should be alright. I mean, luckily they're firmly controlled, so you know if it's not, it'll just shut down. So right, let's screw this up. Literally. So where the case? Yeah, so the case screws are in the corner. Right, that's fine. It may actually, do you know what? I didn't think of this, but it may well save you a hassle. Just double check all your screw standoffs when you buy something like this. All your screw standoffs aren't broken, because you don't want to get halfway through putting this together and finding your 4 main screws on the side are broken, because there's no way getting that back together. I mean, you could epoxy it, but it looked like shit. We'll screw this up, and before it goes totally back together, I'll fire it up just to make sure it actually bloody works. So it could have gone a lot worse than this. I'm quite chuffed. Hopefully it's just that card thing. It's making me worry, but see what happens. Okay. Let's put this on. It may be looking for that in the BIOS, so we'll put that back on. Ah, right, okay, that screw's got to come out. That sits around the SD. Okay, brilliant. Right, so we'll fire this up, see if this turns on. Ooh. Looking good. See if Wi-Fi comes up. Yeah, Wi-Fi's up. Awesome. So we just need to get that screen down. Yeah, awesome. Right, let's just switch this off for now. Volume's alright. Okay, yeah, brilliant. Sounds okay. Awesome. Okay, I'm quite happy. Huh, bloody hell. Jesus. Okay, that's clippy. And then again, we'll just heat that up. That's locating all right. Awesome. Jesus. Right. So, right, okay, one of these might not be set right, so yes, I might need to take one of them screws out. So that screw there in the middle on either side is going to need to come out because that's part of the case. So that's got to come out. So the middle screw. Okay, what's up with that then? That looks wonky. Okay, it appears that Wi-Fi card isn't in right. Ah, there you go. It's caught between the housing. Okay, so that's a bit to watch for. So these black screws have got to be for console. They don't seem to want to go in. Try one of the original ones. Just have a look, see if they're... Maybe I've got the wrong one. Let's try... Okay. But there's a longer one there, so maybe it's for that. Maybe it's for that. Let's try that. No. It's almost there. Let's just go around and look. I'll give that a bit more attention in a minute. Let's put this case screw back in. Yeah, so that's when the case screws go back. That's fair enough. So the small black ones, oh yeah, this side. Yeah, I would just watch the lengths of these because you can almost tell the depth of the plastic to that's got to be right. I think that one's wrong. Like some are flat headed and some are round, so yeah. That's flat headed. Okay, that's in. It looks like that's for that. And we got another 2 there. Maybe that is for the smaller ones. Okay, we'll come back to that. So maybe these. That's definitely longer. So we'll try that in there. The other side. These are definitely shorter. So that's definitely a lot shorter. That's as short as you can get that. So we'll go round, we'll just double check they're in the right place. I'm not sure if they were. What were they? Oh, it's not even used. Right, so there's no screw holes there. So that's almost right. Okay, right. Okay, I thought they were screw holes. They're not. That's just some sort of a. Oh, that's the dock holes. Stupid sod. They're dock holes there. Dickhead. Right. Okay, so that's all right. That scared me for a bit. I thought, right, I've not got the right amount of screws here. Right, so we'll try the longer one in there. It seems to be better. That just needs a case screw. So does that. That is practically. That is home. Maybe that is home then. Just I thought that's slightly off. And let me undo these. Maybe this is a slight wrong place. Trial and error. Or just error. So, yeah, it just needs a case screw, I think. Okay, right, so we put the main case screws in then. I'm not going to tighten them down just yet because it might want to locate. Just go slow with these because these are self-tapping. It's almost like they want to stop, so just gonna go slow with these. Okay, that's in. It's taken a bit of but it's in. Don't want to round these off. So you think that's tightened up, but there's a little bit more. Should try a smaller headed screwdriver. No. Yeah, okay, that's in. One more. And if you've got that, let's just wind it out a bit because it's again, it doesn't want to self-tap in. Yeah, that's almost there. Yeah. Right, we're there. See, I've had to use I'm quite firm with these because they don't want to go in and they want to just spin like round the head. So I've had to really be firm with that and really get them in tight. That's looking good. Everything actually seems to be in a nice place. It's not a cheap case. Everything seems to be okay. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that. Memory card. That's a bit stiff, but again, you know, usable. I'm quite chuffed with it. It's quite nice. Just gotta tighten everything up, put that screen in properly. Just double check this side. It's all good. Yeah, looking good. So yeah, case is quite solid. There's no gaps, it's not flexing, not creaking. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed with that. So let's just, yeah, that's nice, isn't it? That is nice. Let's just heat this up, and we'll just push this down if we can. So yeah, not sure what the idea of all them screws are, but we've not missed anything. Maybe they're spares just in case people mess up or lose them, I don't know, but yeah, weird. It's all located okay. Looks good to me. No gaps. There you go, sis. Your hairdryer works lovely. Absolutely. So again, while we're doing this, just getting this warm, they're the next thing. And on the firmware, which is really annoying, Graham says about this, A and B, you think of Xbox, they're around the other way, and the X and Y is around the other way. Now in the Switch in the Switch menu, you can swap them all around. So what I'm going to do next, I might do it in the, yeah, I'll do it in a Joy-Con video. I'll swap them buttons round. Well, I might already do it, and I'll just explain it in the video because I want to get on with this and play it, and it is confusing me. But yeah, I think they're individual, so you can swap them buttons round. And yeah, it's just, you know, you play one console and you jump over to the next, and it's just like, oh, these buttons. It's the only thing really, but it's nice. I think Nintendo give an update, you can swap them over. I don't know whether it's in a later update or, but I don't think it's in the original console, because Graham's got the original console and he's not mentioned it, and I found it and I thought, oh, it's so much better. That's the only, would have been my only, you know, gripe about this otherwise. So right, let's just heat it up a bit more. Right, just give it a quick. Oh, that is warm. Just warm it up a little bit because it's a little bit stubborn. But yeah, it's not bad, not bad. There's a tiny lip there, but I don't know if that was on the original, or probably not, or whether it's just a manufacturing process of this one. But I'll try and get this down. It might go back. Yeah, it's gone down. Yeah, it's definitely gone down a bit more. Yeah. Yeah, that's gone down. That's flush. That's practically flush now. Awesome. Right, that's brilliant. Yeah, so that's yeah, good bit of manufacturing, good case, all sitting flush. Just give it a quick wipe. It might be advisable to actually put something on it and let it sit. I don't know, but that's pretty flat for me. It's not popping back up at all. It's nice you can reuse that actually. Nice, nice bit of kit now. That's what I wanted. Nice, look at that. Just get that bit of crap off. Might be a scratch, don't know. Yeah, I think it is a little scratch. These are screen protector really. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Right, okay. So I think we're there. Let's just give it a quick test. Nice. Awesome. So that's the button mapping I was saying. So yeah, wicked. Awesome. Working all right. Yeah, all good. Brilliant. We're there. Hope you enjoyed that. It's one clear modded switch. I think that looks a bollocks. I'm just not keen on these. They just look too kiddified. Again, a lot of the mods you see on YouTube isn't including this clear bezel, and I think it looks a bit odd because it, you know, you got the nice clear back. It's just a simple screw on, screw off, but you don't get the actual accenting on the front there or the buttons. I just think it looks a bit odd, but you know, that looks the bollocks to me. That looks really nice, and it's this was 21 quid. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. I love it. I love it. I'm liking it, and it went all right. So yeah, anyway, cheers for watching, guys. I don't normally say it, but yeah, sub or like it or whatever. I always forget to say that because, you know, we just do this for fun really, but hopefully you learnt something. I went a bit slow, camera angle's all right. Nick your sister's hair dryer. Yeah, and the next one will be for the joycons. We'll make these clear, we'll swap these buttons over if we can, and that'll be it. See you later. Thanks a lot.